This week, I am joined by our lovely daughter, Lily, to sit in for Dani, who is out sick. And we talk about a very fun sci-fi comedy, micro budget, super low budget, however you want to categorize it. It's not a lot of budget money there. And it has some great lessons in this one on, how to, well, adaptation, number one. This was originally a multimedia play, which we'll talk about, and it it evolved into a full film, and it's really fun to watch. It's done in black and white. It's an homage to 30s serials, Flash Gordon, Buck Rogers, all these great things, all the way up through the 50s, and it parallels quite a bit the Flash Gordon film from the 80s, which is, one of our favorites. Uh, so, yeah, go ahead and sit back and let's take a listen to this wonderfully fun episode. Had a lot of fun doing it. Let's go. Hey, B-Siders. Welcome to another episode of Bravo for the B-Side. This is Jim.
This is Lily.
And Lily is joining me because Dani is out sick.
Yes.
Still recovering from a bit of pneumonia. And this is not the thing to be doing.
No.
when you're trying to get your breathing back and everything. So, yeah, we're going to take on this week's movie.
Mm-hmm.
See. Before we do that, some things going on. We have finished with the WandaVision. Got some thoughts on that, but I know you haven't really watched it. Mom and I have.
I'm not really going to watch it anyway. I'm not really that interested in
it's over.
In that kind of stuff.
You're not missing much.
So you can explain it. I don't care.
Yeah. Mom and I will get into that the next time she's on.
Right.
And somebody has graduated to like a grown-up violin. No more school rentals, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, you're doing really good with your music, and it's time to move on. So just like the bed and the bike, now the violin.
Shh.
You're really good. We should record some, then play it on here.
No. I mean, I could learn your intro, but that would take a million years, so I don't want to do that.
Well, you could make an intro.
I could probably do that, but I don't feel like it. I'm already trying to learn a folk song, and that's really hard on violin.
Fair enough. Okay. So, this movie, it's about 7 years old now. We've had it on our list for a little while. It looked fun.
It was fun and interesting.
It certainly was. A lot of things to talk about at the end of the road on this one. Should we jump into it?
Sure.
All right. So this episode, we are talking about Space Captain.
Captain of Space.
Captain of Space. Love that title.
It's great.
So this was done in 2014. The directors were Jeremy Mather and Lindsay Sproul, written by Jeff Sproul, starring, and this is only some of the folks, because they named everybody who was in it. So
yeah, surprisingly, there's not a lot of people in there, even though it seems like there are.
Well, there's a lot.
Well,
yeah, they gave everyone a credit.
Yep.
So starring Matthew Wise, Alicia Bernichez, Jeff Sproul, Mike Wersch, Matt Sears, Jared Warner, Jeremy Banks, Jeremy Mather, and Michelle McNally. It doesn't have a rating, but it would be PG.
It really would be.
It's a good
It's probably
fair
not
film
even
for
like
kids,
it's probably not
like
even
8 and
PG.
above. I don't think it would be rated G, somewhere between G and PG.
Yeah. It's
Like APG, almost PG.
yeah, it's like childish, but in the same sense that like toddlers or little kids wouldn't understand it.
Well, no, you could show them a movie of walls being painted and they get just as much out of it.
Yep.
The budget for this bad boy is an estimated $5,000. So I pulled the log line
Oh Lord.
off of IMDb, and this was written by No T Productions, and they're the production company behind this. All right, so the evil King Zeno of the planet Argor is using his gravity ray to crash the moon into Earth. Our only hope is Rocky Laser, the world's greatest pilot, athlete, marksman, sword fighter, wrestler, and crooner. The President of the United States of Earth sends Rocky and his crew, the annoyingly loyal Chip Skipper, the brilliant Dr. Horst Carlock, and Jean Jarvis, the President's daughter, and the Earth's first woman professor, on a dangerous mission into space to stop King Zeno and save the planet. Set in the innocent black and white world of 1930s serial adventure stories like Flash Gordon and Buck Rogers, Space Captain, Captain of Space is a modern, smart sci-fi comedy. That is huge.
That sounds huge.
It is. Before we begin, it's interesting that in the credits it says it's based on the play by Mr. Jeff Sproul. And again, this is from No T Productions. So apparently this started out as a multimedia stage play, which is a combination of live action and stuff on the screen. It ran for several weeks over the summer of 2012 at the Crane Theater in New York City to sold out houses. Since we had already filmed several segments for the video portions of the show and had such a great time doing it, we figured we may as well shoot the rest of it and make it into a movie. It was a complicated and time-consuming process to get it all the way to the end product.
So that's why it started out that way. Okay. That makes a lot more sense now.
It's something. It was fun to watch.
It was fun.
And we'll talk about production and stuff at the end. So, do you want to bring us into this?
Sure.
All right, let's talk about this movie.
All right. So, we start with some great 50s style sci-fi music as the credits open. This is done in black and white. A Star Wars style scroll sets us up like, the scrolling thing.
Yep, all kinds of information.
Yep. In short, the moon is being pulled towards the Earth, then it goes on to talk about the characters. It's a space battle with some homemade ships, an army of ships against our protagonist. I've never been able to pronounce that word correctly.
Protagonist.
Okay, so I did it right. Okay.
You know what it is.
I know what it is. I can never pronounce it, though. An army of ships against our protagonist, Space Captain. In his ship, we have 4 crew members, himself, a woman, and 2 other men. One with a fast food paper hat is Chip. And during the battle, we have a new ship appear. It's a nanny ship, which looks like a baby carriage full of space babies. Just want to say these are very, very bad computer-generated looking babies.
Well, it was just still pictures of babies.
Yep.
I mean,
it was so sad
for no reason whatsoever. Oh, space babies. Okay.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
They don't factor into any other part of this.
Nope. Don't worry about it. Our hero is set to save the space babies. During the battle, they have taken the move around like you're being shaken bit to extremes, and it's great.
It is. So, yeah, folks, if you've watched the original series Star Trek, they're getting hit by lasers and stuff, and they're bouncing around the bridge. It's someone standing off camera showing them which way to lean and bounce to, go to the right, go to the left, that kind of thing. They way overdid it on this one.
Yeah,
It's fantastic.
it really is.
So now we cut to the enemy, Zeno, and the bad guys are all dressed like Roman soldiers.
I know they have the helmets and everything.
Yep, helmets and breastplates and everything.
We all know it's fake, but it's just fun that they made them look like Roman soldiers.
So Zeno enters, and it's a very William Shatner-ish grandeur. He comes in with as much oomph as he can.
I know. There's even a speaker and everything. And I just had to add this in my notes because it was the first thing that popped into my mind when I saw him. He looks like the Lin-Manuel Miranda version of Dr. Evil from Austin Powers.
Yeah. Don't know if that's what they were going for.
Probably not.
But if Dr. Evil and Lin-Manuel Miranda were to have a child, evil King Zeno would be it.
Yup. It's true.
Oh man.
And Zeno's castle, this makes it even better. His castle seems to be like a hotel lobby kind of thing.
Yeah, his throne room.
Yep.
Yeah, it does look like a Best Western or something lobby.
I know, and cool. Like so it cuts to like the hallway kind of thing, and it has these like light up water looking glass things.
Yeah,
it's great.
It was special. Okay, so once he enters, they're all talking about Rocky Laser, space captain, and letting us know that he is their enemy number one. Then Zeno is on about people knowing about him taking a nap. Nearly costs one of his minions their lives. And it's this whole thing of, when I'm sleeping and someone asks to see me, you should say he's indisposed, not he's taking a nap. He was pretty serious about that.
He was very serious about that.
Apparently he naps a lot.
I mean, like, I wouldn't be surprised.
So we cut to our good guys who have crash landed on a planet. Rocky is comforting Jane by squeezing her face really hard to his chest. She's like, that kind of hurts. He's like, don't worry, Jane. Or Jean. It's Jean.
It is Jean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dr. Carlock is trying to radio for help. Hello? Anyone hear me? And then our buddy Chip spots enemies coming their way. Rocky scoops up Jean, who says very plainly that she can walk. They have a bit of a discussion. Finally sets her down. And then as they're doing this, it's like, this is so 30s. Dr. Carlock says, "A woman has moxie."
I'm a 20th century person.
You don't know what moxie is.
I really don't know. I'm
moxie
clueless.
means like attitude and fire.
Oh,
she's got moxie.
That
it's
just
pretty
sounds,
sad.
That just sounds stupid.
It does. They run into their first monster, and it's a cat.
Oh my god, I love this. It's
just a cat, done against a green screen, made to look super huge.
It's great. It looks adorable, but it's supposed to be scary.
And he doesn't look mean at all. He's just a cat just looking at whatever someone was doing when they were filming it.
I know, he's just chilling here.
And then it just out of the blue crushes Chip. All right, goodbye, Chip. And then the Romans arrive and shoot at the cat, and it goes away. They catch the remainder of the crew, and Rocky, of course, starts a fight. But one of them holds a gun on the rest of the crew. Jean has fainted, and it's this big conversation.
We forgot to mention this in the beginning, but she faints when she sees the nanny ship.
You at one point started a faint count.
I did.
She faints a lot.
It ended up at 4, okay.
So she's fainted, and Carlock says he can't carry her because he has a bad back. And Rocky is in cuffs. So the one bad guy leader tells the other one to carry him, and they argue. But, the minion ends up doing it anyway.
Yep. I'm pretty sure. So she faints a lot. And I think she might have a medical condition where she just faints automatically, just randomly.
Well, she might because she fainted in the spaceship
She really did.
over
Yep.
the space babies.
Yep. Which I think
And-
is stupid.
Well, she's a sensitive person.
Yep. Zeno is told the prisoners are coming. He says, "Give me 10 seconds." He hides behind a wall, which is supposed to be like his room or something.
Yeah, it's just a little like wall section, not much bigger than his throne.
Yeah.
Like he's hiding behind it, waiting for an entrance.
I think he's so he can look dramatic and have an entrance.
Yes.
He's waiting for a voice to announce them. It does not go well.
No, there's supposed to be an automated voice that says King Zeno, da, da, da. And it doesn't. He's like, I'm waiting for the voice. I'm waiting for the voice.
I know. I think it only goes whenever he like enters the room. He can't.
I just think it doesn't work well.
It doesn't.
Kind of like most of his stuff.
Probably, yeah. I love it when he tells a Roman to smack Rocky after Rocky's being just a complete dick. You smack him. Great. Now that's power when you don't even lift a hand to smack someone. You have people for that.
That says something.
It really does.
There aren't, even in Star Wars, it's like, not even Darth Vader is like, hey, you go over there and pop him in the head.
I know, he uses the Force to choke him.
Yeah, well, or, he does it himself.
Yeah.
So it's like the Emperor and stuff, but here's the guy, he can't even be bothered. You go over and smack him. Whack.
That's power.
Yeah, it is.
Zeno is taking a liking to Jean.
Yes.
I said it right. She's the president's daughter and apparently the world's first woman professor.
Yes. So it was stated in the credits, and she's been making it a point to let everyone know she's the world's first woman professor.
The funny thing is, she can't even remember what kind of professor she is.
No.
She's like, actually, I don't even remember.
I think we land on that a little bit later, but yeah. She's...
Yeah. Zeno asks what kind of professor she is. She doesn't know because no one ever asks her that. Yep. She thinks it's something to do with science. These exchanges are fast, barely breathing room between them. Hard to do notes on, but it's fun to watch.
Yeah, this was because it was written as a play. Plays don't have a lot of pauses and stuff, and it was hard.
Yeah,
keeping up because it's dialogue. Things happen all the time. But we got some of it.
Yeah,
most of it,
yeah.
a part of it, half of it. So anyway, now Zeno says he's going to make Jean his wife. Rocky breaks free of the invisible restraints. That's one thing I love about this. They have invisible restraints.
They have invisible whips.
Invisible whips. So they don't have to spend money on props.
Nope.
They don't need to have anyone pretend they know how to use a whip. It's just pretty cool.
It's great.
So he breaks free of his invisible restraints, and then we have a sword fight. And he wins, and he starts dictating to Zeno how things are going to go. We have one of the Roman, I just call them Romans. We got a Roman off to the side, waiting for his gun to charge.
I know, so it's like one of those like loading screens almost.
It's a big circle on the side. And it's, charging 4%, 5%, 6%. Just show him staring at it. Finally, it charges after Rocky's been going on and on and on. And he blasts Rocky. It's some sort of, I don't know, like containment ray. It hits him, and he's like frozen, but he's like going, oh.
I know, and he can kind of move, and he like
a little bit,
on the floor or something.
So Jean, of course, offers to marry Zeno with no issue if he doesn't kill Rocky. So, okay. Zano's like, cool, I got it.
Chill.
Yeah. So he orders Rocky sent to the pit of gnash, teeth, and slapping. And then Jane has fainted.
Gene.
God.
I like
Gene
how you,
has fainted again.
That would make 3 times now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the way to the pit, they pass 2 men in black cloaks, looking very obvious, but, no one else notices them. All of a sudden, they jump the guards and free Rocky. One of them is Chip, who apparently was saved after being stomped by the cat by the other guy in the cloak, who is Clarf, Prince of the Squirrel Men.
Oh my God, I love Clarf. He's probably the best character in the show, except for besides what's his name.
He
Doctor.
Is my favorite.
He really is. He's just great.
And his I guess you would call it makeup. It's so fantastic. It's just a big bushy squirrel tail strapped to his back.
Yep. Really puffy, messed up hair wig, and then like
just a little black paint on the end of his
Yep.
nose. And then he with no like false teeth or anything, he goes, he draws his lower lip up under his upper teeth. Oh, I love who talks like this, like a squirrel.
Yeah.
He is the favorite.
He's just the favorite of. He's like the favorite of the family, basically. We all have them.
Yeah,
and he's that one.
Yeah, he beats everybody on this. So when it's all done, Rocky says they need to save Gene. They come up with a plan, sort of.
It's not really a plan.
It's not really a plan. It's a lot of talking.
It's something they want to do, but it's not really a plan.
Right. And then, well, it doesn't matter because they go through all of this, and then Clarf pipes in. They need to go find a wise oracle on a nearby asteroid because she'll help them figure this out.
Yeah.
And then
off they go. Yeah. Back to Zano, who is giving Gene a tour of his lab. Karlach is there. I just want to say Clarf and Karlach are my 2 main favorites. They're just great.
Karlach is cool.
Yeah.
He's a bit of a whiner.
He is.
But he's fun.
Sure. He is being made to work on an explosion ray. Yes. A ray that makes things explode.
Yes.
And here we go. Gene faints.
Yep.
Faint count 4.
Yes.
Zano asks, is this just going to be a thing now? Karlach says, you'll get used to it. Just in that kind of tone, just, you'll get used to it. Zano leaves. Gene wakes up. She asks what Karlach's plan is. He doesn't have one. Plans aren't really his thing. You kind of find that out like during the movie. He's not great at them.
He's not about lifting stuff. He doesn't do plans. He's the kind of person who's like, I don't do phones. You know who he kind of reminded me of?
What?
Ian.
Oh my God, yes.
In Raven's Quest.
It's so true on Mythic Quest.
Raven's Banquet. I don't do phones. I don't do clocks. I don't do watches.
He doesn't do
watch.
phones.
I know. It's
fucking wild.
Karlach.
Yep. Plans aren't his thing. Jane finds a time card and Karlach is being paid. She's furious.
Yeah, he's got it. He's punching in and out as he works on this exploding ray.
But yeah, Karlach accuses Jean of falling for Zano. She denies it, but does not point out that he has some features that Rocky does not have.
Yeah, which is an interesting bit of conversation because, in all of the old shows, the woman character like Jean falls for the big handsome space captain and stuff, but she's like, yeah, but there's some things about him that but all the time insisting, oh, no, 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 I'm not attracted to Zeno. We're good. We're good.
Shh.
Yeah. So as this is going on, Zeno returns with his daughter.
This
I know she's angry
bitch.
that she isn't being introduced to the Earth people because he's just like talk, 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 and she's standing there, and she's like, introduce me, Dad, hello, and then she's like, oh, you're gonna introduce me to the people, blah, 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 blah. Are you ashamed of me and stuff like that? And I love this. He Zeno just puts his hand in his head. It's like, oh. It starts behind my eyes and wraps around to the base of my skull.
I'm kind of imagining you whenever I know you.
Yeah, that's why Mom and I laughed really hard when we watched that. So the princess starts digging into Jean, and it's kind of just these lame insults, about her being an Earth woman. And then the princess, whose name is Astra, she is just something else.
She's what you would imagine the stereotypical spoiled brat.
Yes. I mean, she's an evil space princess.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anyway, Karlach is looking at her like, I kind of dig her, which makes sense because he's a bit of a tool.
He really is.
And
he's great.
Yeah, they would go well together.
They really would.
Zeno goes on about Rocky escaping, and then Astra goes into this big rage. She's mad that they let the good-looking one get away. So I want to go with you. I want to help find him. You let the only good-looking man. Da, 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 da.
I know, and Karlach's a bit hurt by this one.
Yeah, he's just like, oh well, all right. And then Zeno goes into this whole speech about catching Rocky, and as he's talking, Jean starts to waver, and he's like, no, 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 no. So she stops, and then she just drops from the camera. Another faint.
Faint number 5. I don't think I got that far with the faint count.
No.
I think we stopped then.
Well, yeah, pretty soon. Back on her feet, she's shown to her chambers. And then Jean and Astra have this long, drawn-out verbal fight. It is hilarious. It went so fast, couldn't catch what was going on. But clearly, they don't like each other.
No, I don't know why, but it kind of reminded me. I don't know if you guys have watched this show. It used to be on Netflix, but I know Dad remembers it really well. It kind of reminded me of the scene in Gallivant.
Oh yeah.
A musical.
Yes.
A scene where the queen and this adventurer woman were fighting, and it turns into this rap or whatever. But that's just like the beginning. That's kind of what it reminded me of.
It was. And it's funny because Astra's yelling at her for 2 reasons. One is, I'll never call you mom. I won't. You might be my stepmother, but I'll hate you. And then she's yelling at her because she's jealous that she hasn't even seen Rocky Laser yet, right? But she heard he's like good looking.
Yeah.
And that Jean is supposed to be attracted to him. It's super weird. Super weird.
I don't even know how to explain that part. That's just ridiculous.
I think that's about all we can do.
Yeah. Now we're at the World Space Council headquarters. President Jarvis has arrived. President Jarvis is Jean's father.
Yes.
Putting that out there. He's asking if they've contacted his daughter and the X-1 crew. X-1 is the ship they were flying on. And Karlach built it.
Yes.
Basically. Yeah. The scientists, 2 of them, are going over the plans to stop the moon. They're just various variations on blowing up the moon, destroying the moon, whatever. The president isn't impressed. Like, some of them was like, the first one was sending a giant missile to destroy the moon.
giant missile to destroy the moon.
Bomb to destroy the moon. Then there
Bunch
were
of bombs. And, yeah, it was hilarious.
And then there's bots too.
Because the first couple, they go into this great detail. So the first one is like, oh, well, let's hold off on blowing up the moon. What's the next plan? And then it's the same exact thing. Instead of a missile, it's a bunch of bombs.
Yep. And then
the
using
third one, robots. And so finally he says, well, these are all really just about blowing up the moon. And then, is there anything that doesn't involve blowing up the moon? And these guys are like looking at each other like, well.
And then here's the funniest part. So one of the scientists had drew a picture of him like in a bar or something, and he was trying to impress this girl in the picture.
Oh yeah.
And President's like, "What's this?" And the scientist is like, "Oh, that's just a picture of me trying to impress a girl by telling her I blew up the moon."
Yeah. Why is this even in here? Get this out. So, yeah, these scientists are not...
They're not the brightest.
No, but they're funny.
But they are funny.
Yeah.
Now to the asteroid of the ages. An acorn-shaped ship, Prince of the Squirrel Man, no doubt, is landing on it. They find the cave where the Oracle is. Then inside the cave, the rock walls are crumpled sheets of paper.
Yes. So big, thick sheets of paper that have been wrinkled, and that's the rock texture.
Yep.
I loved it. I know you loved what's coming next.
I might have died once or twice by laughing when this came up. Puppet aliens attack them.
Yes.
And
how do we know they're puppets?
Because you can see the arm and the wooden pegs that are controlling them.
Yeah.
You can see everything.
It's very plain. The arms and hands and the pegs and stuff puppeting these
I know,
things.
they're not even that scary. Like they have, like, if you think about it, it's like the Muppet kind of monsters almost.
They very much look like Muppets.
Yeah. And they have paper teeth, paper sharp teeth, red beady eyes. They're great.
It was awesome.
I love them. Chip is dragged off and ripped to shreds.
Yeah. Goodbye, Chip, again.
Don't worry. There's more coming soon. A voice calls out. It's the Oracle. She's probably like the typical what you would think an Oracle looks like. Pretty much.
Yeah, it was pretty standard.
Yeah.
Schlocky sci-fi.
Yeah.
Person.
I forgot to say, the aliens glowed.
They did.
They did. They glowed. So does the Oracle. She tells them that a baron on another she tells them a baron on another planet might be able to help them. Mm-hmm. Basically pushing off any responsibility.
Yeah. Instead of offering any help, she's like, well, there's this baron. Go see him. He should be able to help you. Wow. Okay.
She's great. I loved her.
So after all that good stuff, when they leave the cave, Rocky's last out. And when he leaves the cave, suddenly Chip bounces into frame. Apparently, he survived again. So the Acorn ship takes off from the asteroid, bounces through space, which is funny because it literally shows him like going from like point A to point B.
Yep.
And then boing, bouncing, following a line, boing, boing, like a weird Plinko game.
It kind of reminds me, yeah.
So they find this planet with the Baron on it. And then we get another Star Wars scroll. And it says Chapter 4. And we were all like, Well,
it started off as Chapter 3, and I think that's because they started with Chapter 1 and 2 as the play.
But it was at this point, actually, we all stopped just taking notes.
Yeah.
Because it was going so fast. And one thing we don't like to do when we take notes is have to stop the movie, take notes. We like to keep going. But this, oh my God, everything was just bam, 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 bam.
It was going too quick. You understood it if you weren't taking notes.
Well, right. That's why we just watched it because
Yeah.
you're taking notes. You miss like 10 different exchanges.
Yeah.
So we're going to sum it up at this point. There are various encounters, fights, some plans, and ultimately our crew wins. If you think Flash Gordon, both the serials from the 30s and the 80s movie, that kind of sets the tone. Throw in some Star Wars, some Star Trek, and some various, anywhere from the 30s to 50s sci-fi series and serials. You have a complete picture of how this went.
Yep.
One of my favorite things was the princess Astra. At one point, they catch Rocky, right? And she's got him in this little like electronic cage, electrical field cage, and they're going back and forth, and it was very similar to the Flash Gordon film, where the princess is taking Flash Gordon and they're having this conversation.
Yeah.
Only in here, Rocky remembers he's wearing these rocket boots. He's like, She's like, what are you looking at? He goes, well, I just couldn't help but notice that ceiling. I just realized I'm wearing my rocket boots from my earlier fight, and that ceiling doesn't look too strong. I think I'm just going to leave.
Bye.
And he rockets through the top of the ship holding his nose. Like
what's gonna...
That's okay for space. But
it helps.
in the 30s, nobody had a concept of what space was. So yeah, they would hold their breath like they're underwater. Never mind that, his eyes would freeze out and just all kinds of things would happen.
Yeah. I also really liked a bit with Astra where they finally got to the planet where the Baron was. And you know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
And apparently Astra was there too because she was dating the Baron or whatever.
Yes.
And at the end of this converse and whatever, she was like, oh, I have like handmaidens like all around here who are like very trained to be assassins. And then she does this like hand thing.
Yeah, these weird hand signals.
And the guard in the back that was watching Rocky, Clark, Jean, just pops out of view because he falls on the ground.
Yeah.
And the Baron's like, what?
Jesus, Astra. Come on.
And she's like, wait, he isn't going to wait. Hold on. What handmaid?
Well, she goes, oh, don't worry. He's okay. It was just a sleep dart.
Yeah.
And she goes, oh, wait. What hand signs did I do?
And then she does the hand signs again.
She's doing it again. Yeah.
And she's like, oh, crap.
Yeah. Maybe he won't wake up.
That was probably my most favorite bit of her.
Well, yeah, she, again, is very much like Flash Gordon. So she was involved with the Baron, but not really into it. Convinced him to let them go because all these great things would happen. And as he's in old sci-fi style, he's telling Rocky, she said, I'm going to do this, and then, Xehanort is going to give me this title and release my people and she's just cackling behind him like, wait.
It was like, so he was convinced that Rocky, Clark, and Jean were spies from Xehanort's planet or whatever, or different from Earth. I don't even remember.
Well, at first he thought they were Xehanort spies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Astra comes over, and then she pulls the Baron aside. They talk a bit, and then she's just over here cackling like a witch.
Yeah, he's like, he's going to set my people free, and she's like, and then he looks at her. She's like, keep going.
Yeah, I think she convinced him that they were supposed to be spies from a different planet, a made-up planet.
I don't
It was
even
like
know.
Zarfanoodle or whatever.
Yeah.
And she was just over here laughing so hard.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Everything about this, it clearly this was written to be funny.
Yeah.
It was to make fun of and also homage to all the old sci-fi stuff. And you haven't seen a lot of it.
No,
I mean, you
I've
saw
seen
the
this.
Flash Gordon movie.
I've seen Flash Gordon, Star Wars, but I haven't seen Star Trek.
Well, we watched some episodes in the background,
I
the
wasn't really
original
interested.
series, but I'm trying to think. Well, it's like the monster movies. Okay, so like Creature from the Black Lagoon, Dracula, stuff. We watched all those.
Mm-hmm.
How women were portrayed, because Creature from the Black Lagoon is not the 30s. That was much, much, much later. But how was the lead woman scientist portrayed in that?
She was like a scared little girl almost.
She fainted a lot.
Yeah.
And she was carried everywhere, constantly being rescued. Right. So that's kind of what's going on here. That's why Jean is fainting all the time. And she faints. After we stopped taking notes and counting, she fainted, I think, 2 or 3 more times.
Yep. And then, so putting this out there, remember in earlier the movie, we were confused. She was confused about what kind of professor she was.
Yes.
At the end, she finally remembers she's an entomologist.
Yes, an entomologist. Like, oh, that tracks. That's why you send someone to space.
Yep.
Sure. Space bugs.
Yes.
Space bugs.
Space bugs.
Oh, man.
Space bugs.
Well, here's the thing. So this, it's not the first movie of its kind where they both pay homage to and kind of make fun of old sci-fi schlock films and serials. But the one thing about this one was the first thing, let's talk about some of the effects.
Let's shout.
Because you were concerned that the spaceships were only painted on one side because they weren't models. What they reminded me of were those little foam shapes they used to have like in preschool, right?
Yeah.
And you could make things, just line them up and make it. So, yeah, it looked like a bunch of little foam things glued together. And I was like, I have a feeling it's only painted on one side. But one did turn around.
Yeah. I wasn't really concerned about it, but like, I thought it was only like one side. It was only one side. 2D probably. I don't even know anymore. One side, it was just the half side of it.
Yeah.
Because they wouldn't show the back until they came across the acorn.
Well, yeah, and even then it was just like real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, not super fancy.
Nope.
The like the space battles. And there was a whole big thing where Rocky is fighting a bunch of the Baron's people with rocket boots.
Oh, yeah.
Which is funny because he would like hit somebody
mm-hmm.
and he would miss, like there'd be like 6 inches. It was very slow and very clear they were doing it on purpose. And then they'd be like, ah. And then for no reason they would fall, even though their rocket boots are still on. They would just fall. Okay, sure. Makes sense.
Sure.
It was very obvious green screen.
Yep.
Nothing about this was carefully hidden.
No, like...
they didn't try to hide this or that. But they also, I think the whole point was to make it look as silly.
Yeah, I remember in one of the scenes in the rocket boot battle was Rocky was knocked out and being carried by one of the Baron's people. And you could obviously see he was just standing and dangling his arms a bit. He was just standing on some floor, dangling his arms.
Yep.
Like, you could see his feet were flat. He wasn't even trying.
The most of the effects were pretty standard, super low budget. Like when they showed him in the spaceship with the cockpit. What they did is they just filmed it and then they put a template over it that
Yeah.
looked like pieces of metal with a rectangle cut out
Yeah.
for the window. So that's the level of effects that we're talking about, folks.
I
But
know.
it made it
Yeah.
fun.
It really did.
It was that's what this was about. And I would have liked to have seen the play.
Yeah, that sounded really interesting. Now that you bring it up,
Yeah,
like I saw it in the credits. I knew be backhand like it was a play. Is that said it in the credits? But I never really paid attention until you talked about it.
right. So what kind of play? Well, I had to look it up,
Yeah,
see what was going on. That would have been fun.
it
That would
really
have
would
been
have.
really fun. So if you're looking for any kind of breakthroughs in effects, it's not going to be found here.
No,
They're all pretty basic,
they're all standard.
purposefully cheesy,
Mm-hmm.
but a lot of fun to watch.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of fun to watch. The acting actually wasn't bad.
It wasn't.
I think everybody did a really great job for their bits.
Yeah.
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 Including Chip,
Oh my god.
who was played by Jeff Sproul, the writer. So he was Chip. And
For me personally, he was my least favorite character because I hate the characters who they're just super upbeat and they're just always just all up in the characters' faces. I hate those kind of
see, now
characters.
that's funny. You've not seen enough of the old films to understand that kind of character was in like every one of them. They always had the upbeat character. Sometimes he was like the chef. He wore a stupid hat. It was just always some guy who he was ridiculously cheery, bouncy, optimistic. Just, hey guys, how you doing? Yeah. It was super annoying. And I love the fact that I'm seeing this. He's the one you hate the most.
Like, I don't like super depressing characters, but I don't like those upbeat, cheery kind, though.
Well, he's taken it to an extreme.
Yeah.
Well, actually, not by much. That was pretty much dead on, just a little embellishment. But I love the fact that he kept getting killed.
Yep.
And then he kept coming back.
Yep.
And then kept getting killed.
Yep.
And just over and over.
And then you find out at the end when he had his head. Wait, no, that was while a Baron fight, I think, or was it Xana fight? Whatever. He had his head blown off. Then he comes back to save them, and then he gets shot while they were escaping the castle, and then he just pops right back up. So
yeah,
we all know he's
well at the very end of the film, they're in the spaceship. They're doing their thing.
Oh my god!
And
yes.
Here comes Chip's face right up in the through the window. He's waving. And I love how Space Captain just pulls the blind down.
Yep.
It's like, oh, I can't deal with this anymore. And walks off.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's just great. Like, I'm done.
Everyone's done with Chip. Poor guy. He's undervalued.
I can see that.
I mean, he saved their bacon a couple times.
He really did.
But yeah, even then, I would be like, oh man, I'm sorry, man.
I'm done.
A little bit of you goes a super long way, and I've gone as long as I can go. So
yep.
Goodbye. But anyway, other than Chip and his over-exuberant acting, I think everyone did a really good job on nailing their character types.
Yeah.
The Zeno was ridiculous. He was just over the top bad guy. Rocky Laser was just kind of an a-hole. He was a real ass. I mean, he was.
He's just an ass, but he's a narcissistic ass.
Well, yeah, and
Like,
that's how most of the heroes were.
there's even a part in the movie where he's talking to the Oracle, right? And he's like, "Oh, that's too hard. Can't I just be awesome?"
Yeah.
And we're like, so that's the kind of person you want to be, huh? All right.
Yeah, he's actually pretty terrible.
Which Gene points that out many times.
Oh, Gene points it out. Yeah. But I think hands down, Clarf wins.
Clarf wins that honor, the award
Uh,
of just being the favorite.
Just the best character. The acting for him was fantastic. It brings us to the writing. So much dialogue, so fast. I mean,
I wouldn't
know
be surprised if the writer's fingers had blisters.
You took like 4 notes.
I took 4 notes. I couldn't. I can type fast, but I can't look at the screen and still type. I know where other keys are. I cannot do that though.
You'll get there. But I get it. Well, I mean, you see how fast I type. And, I'm, at the end of, Mom and I have talked about a lot. At the end of every movie, I'll have like 5-6 pages of notes and just going while we're going. This was so hard. I typing and trying to get it down. And I'm like, oh, I want to get that in there too. And so like, oh, nope, I'm going to get that in there too. Oh, nope, I want to. That's why, in the beginning, it's like they have an argument. The dialogue in this, even though it's super fast and it just doesn't stop.
Yeah.
Right, is so funny. Their arguments, their insults, their comments they're very witty. I mean, you were giggling like through the whole thing because they were super snarky, and I think that's like right up your alley.
Maybe a
little bit.
Maybe
considering those 4 notes you took were nothing but snark.
What? Totally not.
So I can see how this would have done well as a play. And they did a very good job going from a theater, from a stage, to film presence.
Yeah.
Because, we've seen things. You've seen plays.
I've seen.
Well, you've seen, Hamilton.
I saw Hamilton, and then I also saw Sugar Plum Fairy, but that doesn't count as a play.
Right. Well, Hamilton.
Yeah.
Is a good example. So you've seen Hamilton on stage,
mm-hmm.
and then you saw
the Disney.
The recorded version.
The recorded version of Lin-Manuel Miranda, Leslie Adams, the guy who plays, I can't remember anymore.
But you could see how different.
Yeah.
Even though they were still doing stage.
They were doing all the same movements. They were doing all the same things.
But they were doing it a little bit different because they knew there were cameras there.
Yep.
Just a little bit different. Acting on a stage is very different than acting for a film. And I think these guys did a pretty good job.
They really did.
All the way around.
Yeah.
Yeah. They kept it fun. Kept it upbeat. Mm-hmm. Wouldn't it be fun to get like a bloopers reel?
Yes.
From this? I know during the credits they showed
like kind of bloopers of each character, but not really bloopers.
Yeah, they'd show each character and then with the title, the actor who played them. And it was just real quick, but you could see they were outtakes because they're like smirking and laughing and stuff that we didn't see. That would, I bet there was a lot. That'd have been fun.
That would be fun. I think I liked the end of it when they were trying to escape the castle, when Carlock is like, so like, can we go to the payroll room real quick before we go? Like
Yeah, they made it clear where his focus was.
Monies.
Making that paper.
Yep.
Give me some money. The scientists on Earth. It's in the trailer. There's a bit where it's like, I'm trying to get them in X1, and this guy comes in, adjusting such and such frequency, this and that, and he backs off, and then guy's trying, X1 come in, because it's not working. So the guy comes back into frame. I'm doing changing up the knobulator to adjust the flim from. And he goes out of frame, and the guy's like, wait, what? The flim fruit, and the guy comes back in. Yeah, what? He goes, are you just making things up because you can't solve the problem? I thought we talked about this.
It's just something that I'm pretty sure everybody can relate to. Just trying to make stuff up, praying that it'll fix something.
Yes. But in the old movies, in the old shows, they made up terms that were absolute nonsense.
Like nobulator?
Yeah. Just adjust the nobulator. Now, in the 30s, people were like, oh, he's adjusting the nobulator. You know, I don't know anything about science. In fact, I don't know anything about the world. I'm amazed that I'm watching this movie, this talking film thing. They're talking about nobulators. You know, today we're like, dude, what in the world? Oh my God, give it up.
Right.
You know, but they've done it quite a bit. And some people haven't even blinked an eye at it. Marvel Comics. Captain America's shield. Do you remember what it's made out of?
No.
Vibranium.
That's not a metal?
Well, it is in the comic book world. They had to make something up. And that's fine, because in sci-fi, you have to make things up that don't exist. That's why it's science fiction.
God, I feel so stupid now. I've always thought that vibranium was a real thing.
Oh my God, don't you have a periodic table of elements?
No.
You do too. We got you one.
I don't anymore.
Oh my God.
Look. Okay.
You're not helping the education system.
I don't care.
Stop talking.
I don't care.
Well, now we're going to listen to the sound of a sad parent for the rest of this show. Oh my God. Anyway, they make stuff up all the time. Okay. Good example, Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
A simple word that most people don't pay attention to. Empire Strikes Back. Han Solo's trying to fix the Millennium Falcon while they're running from the Empire before they get to the asteroid field. And he, hand me the hydro spanner. What the hell's a hydro spanner?
I don't know. That's why
Is it hydro like is in hydraulic? Is it hydro as in water? And it's a spanner. What does it span? What does it do? I don't know. It sounds cool, right?
I don't know what a spanner even means.
Sounds cool though, right?
Yeah.
and everyone bought into it. Like lightsaber. That wasn't even a word until George Lucas.
Wait, is it lightsaber or lightsaver?
Saber.
Okay.
You seriously don't know if it's a lightsaber?
Look, I know lightsabers are those wait, no, they're lifesaver.
Oh my God. Lifesavers are the candy. Lightsavers are the things that make the room go dark when you're not moving, like in the laundry room. And you have to move your arms.
Yeah.
I'm so sad. Maybe we should just stop. I should escort you out.
No.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry for being a disappointment. I don't know. I'm sorry.
You're so ridiculous. Oh my God. Anyway, science fiction, they make things up.
Okay.
A lot of times we don't even think about it because they do a pretty good job.
Yeah.
Like lightsaber. Okay, I get it. Blaster. Oh, okay. So it's a laser pistol, another term for laser pistol. And just, some other things. Then we have things like this. Nobulator and the flim, where clearly it's like, oh wow, the battery gave out in the idea machine.
Yep.
That's pretty sad. And there's a few more references like that through here. Yeah. It's pretty, it's fun.
It really is.
It just is fun.
It's fun.
And you can tell they're doing it on purpose to overemphasize the ridiculousness of some of these old shows.
Yeah.
Right. But everyone who acted in this did really good. I'll say even the folks who didn't have any speaking lines and were just there to get slapped and knocked off screen. Just
even they got credits though.
Well, yeah, it was nice because at the end of this, every single person who appeared on screen had their credit.
Yeah.
Their face and
their moment.
Like all the rocket boot guys They had like 6 of them lined up, and they put their names underneath each of them.
Yeah, and then there was the scene at the end of the movie when the moon is about to crash into the earth before
Oh God, yes.
one of the squirrel men, a woman holding a squirrel baby, was like ah, and there was a human woman on Earth holding a baby like ah on the floor.
Well, yeah, the squirrel woman holding her baby, they got away with it. Like, oh, it's holding a baby squirrel or something. The Earth woman, you could clearly see it's a baby doll.
Yep.
It's just funny. But yeah, the moon comes so close that they touch hands before the moon goes away.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Even she got credit.
Oh, yeah, they all got credits, which was cool.
Yeah.
Which was cool. The writing. So, well, I mean, we talked about the dialogue.
Yeah.
It was funny. It was clever. You know, a lot of it was based on a mix of mocking the old 30s to 50s sci-fi stuff, and some of it was just modern stuff, which was pretty cool. But the story, one would think, if you're, lack of a better term, if you're ripping off all the old sci-fi stuff, it should be pretty easy to write a story, right?
Yeah.
To me, that makes it harder. Because you're trying to make fun of all these things, and you're trying to show how much you love all these things. Remember Attack of the Moon Zombies? Right?
I remember that like the back of my hand.
Yeah, same thing.
Yeah.
Right?
And then
they were making fun of stuff, you could clearly tell, but they had to tell their own story.
Yeah.
Right? You know, even though there were some issues.
Yeah. The dissecting tools as paintbrushes.
Yeah, and the weird triangle cardboard box duct tape computer monitors.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I think the story on this, it took a very simple premise. You have a guy trying to destroy Earth. You have like Flash Gordon / Buck Rogers, who's trying to
save the Earth,
and he's got his ragtag team, and the evil guy's got his usually incredibly stupid and inefficient henchmen.
Yep.
You know, facing off. Although interestingly, remember when Zano Zagnut, whatever his name is, Zano, his head guy was the one who was actually at the end.
Yeah,
because he's like, this guy's useless.
Yep. The head Roman soldier, we're just going to call him Roman soldiers now. The head one was probably the baddest and the smartest of them.
Oh, yeah, because they thought they had everything wrapped up. They defeated Zano, and all of a sudden...
Sup?
Yep. My boss was an idiot. He's a moron. I'm not going to have any of this.
No.
And so they had to put up with him for a little bit towards the end, which was like the final
yeah, until
battle.
Chip went onto the ship.
Oh God, yeah, Chip and he's lovingly sacrificed himself.
Don't worry, he
only
came
to
back.
Show up later to get his back turned on. Only to have the captain turn his back on him by shutting the window blind.
To be honest, I would do the same thing.
Well, I think we all would, you know. But anyway, Chip did his bit.
Yeah.
You know. And of course, Gene and Rocky. You know. I mean, it was inevitable.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a surprise.
No.
The the spaceships. I keep thinking about them. I keep thinking about all the hours I spent with you at the table with those foam shapes. Mom made you that robot outfit, and then you guys glued all those foam shapes all over it.
Yep.
I mean, it made me think of that like the whole way through.
I remember that. I'm still proud of it. I loved that bot.
Yeah, Lilybot.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
I miss my spaceship too.
Oh, yeah, the spaceship I
Yeah.
built you out of a big cardboard box.
That I wouldn't be able to fit into because I'm 5'4" now.
Yeah, you're a little too tall.
Yeah.
Interestingly, so let's talk about spaceship stuff. It wasn't what's the word I'm looking for? It wasn't really like tacky. You could tell like they were old radios, and
Yeah.
the one guy had an old Radio Shack set of headphones on and stuff like that. Um, but it wasn't like the spaceship I made you, where we've seen some other movies. Because what so listeners, the spaceship that I built for Lily was an old big cardboard box, and I built we put a table in there.
No, we
Little,
didn't.
no, another box. It was another box.
Yeah.
In there, and so with a combination of lots of duct tape, had an old cassette recorder so you could push buttons, had
a tablet that showed planets.
Well, I had the iPad. I'd stick the iPad in there, and it had an animated control thing, and then we had a digital picture frame that I took out of the frame and installed it in the side, so it looked like a view screen. And yeah, I got a slideshow of planets and spacey looking things and ship diagrams and stuff. It's kind of like you see in the background on Star Trek.
Yeah.
Lots of wires, all kinds of audio cables and stuff. So I had them like plugging in from here to here.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it looked pretty cool.
It was
And
great. I loved it.
And we also had a headset.
Yep.
So you could be in there and I could talk to you from the outside with the walkie-talkie.
Yep. Days when I was 3 and under. Well, 4 and under.
And a door.
And a door.
The door, the back door would, you could raise it up with the rope.
No. It was duct tape.
Was it the duct tape? Oh, yeah, it was the duct tape flap. That's right. Yeah. It was pretty awesome. And then
loved it.
In all of it was Deadeye Dora was your co-pilot.
Deadeye Dora. I loved Deadeye Dora. It was a Dora doll that if you pressed her tummy, she would do like songs and stuff. And something happened to her. Her eyes just like were.
Well, we've talked about it before. So listeners, longtime listeners will know Danny and I have talked about Deadeye Dora. And Deadeye Dora was, a Dora doll. But Lily had loved it so much, she wore the paint off the face and eyes, and it was very zombie looking.
Yep.
And we're like, oh my God, this thing is freaky. And when you have a doll that's handled a lot, the hair gets super weird. She had these straight up pigtails sticking straight up. They wouldn't crotch.
And even if you washed it, conditioner, shampoo, doesn't matter. It would still stick up.
And the best part was, though, when you threw her in the spaceship, it went from a fun little spaceship, shuttlecraft playtime thing to some sort of sci-fi horror, like Alien or something. It was just like, ooh, creepy.
I know. The only reason I got to keep it before I put it to Goodwill was because I agreed to use it as a Nerf gun target. To use her as a Nerf gun target.
Yeah, when you were practicing zombie shooting.
That was the only reason I got to keep her.
Well, then we got rid of her.
Yep.
But so anyway, back to effects. Those puppet aliens.
I love those.
Again, just big pieces of foam, cut and painted and put together, loosely animated, puppeteered, whatever. Really, it's a perfect example of the particular goal of this movie was to be fun. So you don't have to think about having super wild, creative aliens.
No.
Right? It can be these silly things because you're in the silliness. And they nailed it with the silly.
They really did.
And and it didn't cost them much.
No.
I mean, that foam stuff is super cheap, folks. If you don't have kids, you probably don't know this, but all that foam stuff is super inexpensive.
There's like, yeah, it's
the
like
way to go.
It's foam sheets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's why every preschool and kindergarten class has all of that because it's super inexpensive.
It's super cheap and super fun to play with.
Oh yeah, I know. You guys, your whole class is all about it.
Yeah, you were able to mold stuff with them. It was great if you had it sit on shapes and stuff. It was
Yeah.
fun.
And you can make movies with it,
Yeah,
apparently.
apparently.
The things like the lasers, like those were actually pretty good. Like the Oracle
Yeah.
was really just like super bright lights,
Yep.
and then they'd use a filter in post production, which kind of gives it that starlight
Yeah.
shimmery thing.
Yeah.
Um,
Except that was only when she had her mask on. She had like appointments with different kinds of aliens in one of the scenes.
yeah, she was like a tarot card reader.
Yeah.
So she had people stopping by all the time to get their
Tarot's red.
get get their future told or some nonsense like that. Yeah, and one of them she didn't have that mask on. She had like a
No, she had glasses with like
yeah
a foam cutout of what was supposed to be like the top half of her mask.
yeah
And then she wasn't glowing. So I think it was only her when she
yeah
had
when
the
she was
mask on.
up on her
Yeah.
thing and yeah um you know it to do all that stuff and make it look good. Black and white is the way to go.
Yeah.
Now the reason they went black and white is because they're paying homage to the 30s. There was no color. Stuff wasn't in color. But man, when you do black and white, you have a lot of freedom. Like those aliens,
Yeah.
you don't know exactly how goofy they looked in real life because black and white kind of hides that.
I know black and white is the way to go if you have stupid shit you want to put in your movie, but you don't want it to be that obvious.
Yes. Well, I know you weren't a fan of Rocky's shirt.
Okay, let me tell you about this stupid shirt. So it looked like the top was velvet, and then the bottom half from his chest was just regular shirt, and then the top half was velvet, and it had just dots. I'm pretty sure that were supposed to be like
Just 5 dots.
5 dots.
5 or 6.
5 or 6 dots across his chest. And that was it. That was his entire shirt.
Yeah.
It was stupid.
Yeah. But again, fans of Flash Gordon and Buck Rogers know that sometimes the hero's costume was a little one thing, I don't know if you noticed, that they're all wearing shorts.
Oh my god.
Carlock, Rocky, Chip.
Was it only the heroes wearing shorts or the bad guys too? Because I know Astro was wearing a dress.
Well, she was wearing this weird princess outfit.
I know.
The Oracle was wearing kind of a dress kind of thing. But yeah, no, it was Rocky and crew were wearing their shorts.
Yeah.
Which looked stupid.
Hey, shorts are great.
Well, shorts are great, but as you know, a costume of someone who's supposed to be bum bum bum.
Da da da.
It's more like. But again, that was part of the thing.
Yeah.
So the costuming wasn't super wild. Now the Romans, I think, were the only ones who would cost real money because they actually you would have to buy, even though they were plastic.
Yeah, I could tell they were
those
plastic.
Roman
things.
Everyone else was wearing like regular shirts and put together an ensemble. Even Zeno was just a lot of silly clothes.
I know, it's like the stereotypical emperor, basically.
Well, he was supposed to look a little bit like Ming the Merciless, from Flash Gordon. But so anyway, so what he was supposed to look like, and they made fun of it, but he wasn't as flashy as that.
But he did have a crown.
He did have a crown.
It didn't cover his bald head.
He had the weird little beard thing. And his cape. Cloak, robe, something.
Cape, cloak, robe, something is the official name now.
His royal shoulder wear.
Yeah.
That flows.
Yeah.
Whatever, we'll call it that. So yeah, the Centurions, I think, were the most expensive costume.
Yeah.
Part of this. There weren't a lot of them, but when you're looking at, hey, everyone just go through your closet, or let's run to Goodwill and pick up some stuff.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
which there's nothing wrong with doing.
Mm,
When we did,
the T-Rex thing.
no, well, no, because we bought the T-Rex
Yeah.
costume for Mom.
Yeah.
No, when we did Alice Has It Under Control,
Oh yeah.
went to Goodwill to pick out the costume
Mm-hmm.
for the main character, for Alice,
Yeah.
which we still have.
We do?
Yeah, we have the stuff that Mary wore, and
I remember we have the Beanie Baby because that's stuffed all the way down
we
to
have
my
the-
Beanie Baby thing.
yeah, we still have the Beanie Baby. We have the top hat, the bow tie. I think we still have somewhere the box.
I
that
remember
we had made.
I remember Mom still has the flower.
Yeah, it's not in here. I think we put it away somewhere so
Oh.
it didn't get crushed.
It used to be. Maybe it's over there, like near you. Whatever.
It's somewhere.
Yeah.
But anyway, nothing wrong. I mean, a costume is a costume.
Mhm.
And that's what, wardrobe is. And I'm sure they went and got, stuff for everybody to get a certain look if someone didn't already have something.
Yeah.
That's the thing with a micro, because this is micro budget. $5,000 doesn't go as far as you think. You have no concept of money, so
I have no
don't.
concept of money. I'm still working to get 36,000 in Skyrim to buy a house in Solitude.
That's empty.
Yep.
You have no idea what that
Nope.
means. Anyway, finding resources. That's one thing I think they did in this. To put on a play, you try to get away with as little as you can when you don't have any money, and you try to make it look a certain way, and that can come from a couple props, like a wall that's put together and painted and stuff, and then using lighting and that. And if you do it right, you can use that same wall a couple different ways if you light it differently.
Yeah.
People don't notice right away.
No.
It's the same thing, just different look, different place. I think they did a really good job with that.
Like the crumpled wall. The crumpled paper wall.
Sometimes when you do something on the cheap, it's going to show up exactly for what it is. There was no
there was no hiding it unless they did special effects with it.
Well, that's true. And it was the very first thing I did when that scene popped up. I'm like, that's crumpled like shipping paper. Clever.
I thought it was crumpled cardboard. But
no,
then I
paper,
realized,
because remember cardboard would wrinkle and crease. Yeah. I don't know if you remember when Mom used to do all those mailings for work from home.
I remember that.
That big brown roll of brown paper, the thick stuff.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, that's the stuff you're supposed to wrap boxes and stuff in for mailing. It's a bit thicker.
Brown paper packages, right? Yep.
Yeah. So, yeah, they just took sheets of that. But hey, they made a whole cave.
They really did. And that was great.
That's way cheaper than foam.
Yeah.
And styrofoam and carving it and painting it, So, and you're doing it in black and white. So, doesn't matter exactly what shade it is.
No.
And with the proper lighting, they made a cave. You knew what it was made of, but you knew they were in a cave.
Yeah, you knew. It was one of those things where it's like, you know what it is, right? But you also know what it's supposed to be.
Yeah. So overall, everything about this little project shows what you can do when you put your mind to it and you stick with your vision. So the play was out in 2012. Took them till 2014 to get this put together, right? Takes a long time sometimes, I think they did a really great job. And I mean, you had fun.
I did.
You said you wouldn't want to watch it again.
It's not like Ator. I don't want to watch it again. It's
Nothing's like Ator.
Nothing's like Ator. Ator is a force to be reckoned with. It's just, you've seen it once, but unless you have a favorite, and this movie is your favorite, you probably won't want to watch it again. A little bit of this movie goes a long way, like Chip. a little bit of chip goes a long way.
I see where you're going. I'd probably watch it again, but I don't think I would watch it as many times as Space Trucker Bruce. And
nothing compares to Space Trucker Bruce.
Well, this is kind of along those same lines. They did, I think, a really great job. It's not to diminish the movie at all.
No.
It's, some things you want to see again and again and again. Like, Mom and I did the episode on Lost in Translation. I've seen that hundreds and hundreds of times. And I'll go out and watch it right now if I could. And I'll watch it again after I'm done.
That's me with Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Right. But then there's other movies that we have that I only like to see every few months.
Yeah.
And So, all in all, I recommend watching this show, folks, so that you can see, again, how much fun you can have with making your vision.
Yeah.
Even for like next to nothing. And man, I wish there was a video of the play somewhere. If there is, listeners, if you know that there is, go ahead and reach out to us.
Please.
Let us know.
I want to watch it.
And I'm hoping that No T Productions comes out with some more stuff. I looked and they don't have any other credits, which is kind of a shame. Because, I would like to see more of what they do. And, listeners, you can be the No T Productions that people want to see more from.
Yeah.
You got to make that first project happen. Whether you're, again, filmmaker, director, if you're a writer, get it written, see what you can do to get somebody locally. A lot of people that we've met through the podcast, you just got to reach out to people. Things don't just always come to you. We've had a few people come to us asking for interviews and letting us watch stuff.
And that's cool.
Yeah, it is. But we reached out, to some directors and producers and got them on the show and for our own work and stuff. You got to get out there and do it. Think we're getting to the end of this pandemic thing.
I'm super excited for that.
I know you are. I think we all are.
I know.
We all want to get out.
I'm able to go to school April 20th.
Yeah, you are going to be starting hybrid.
Yeah.
2 days there, 2 days virtual.
What do you mean? I don't care, though. It's going to school.
Well, it is. And, I've got my own thoughts on that. But we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
Hopefully it'll go well.
Hopefully.
For the last 6 weeks of school. But anyway, we're getting to the end of it. Vaccines are happening. People, if you stay vigilant and, keep wearing your masks, don't flake out. Don't be an asshole. Do your things. We will get to the end of this and we can all start having face-to-face meetings over coffee about our scripts, about our projects, about our directing ideas, compositions, everything and anything. So just keep doing what you're doing. Hold on to that positivity and we'll get there. Just be smart.
Yeah.
And I know you're excited to go because of school. You want this done. And it would be nice this summer for you to get out and play with friends.
Hang out, not play. Hang out.
Hang out. Well, okay.
I'm not a child.
I beg your pardon.
Thank you.
I misspoke.
Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you. I'm a preteen. I'm close.
Yeah. Okay. So go hang out with your friends.
Cute.
Okay. Well, Mom and I want to hang out at the coffee shop and do some writing. God, we miss that. And here's the worst part.
You complain about it all the time.
For Christmas, you got this gorgeous briefcase, your leather bag, and haven't done anything with it.
Because I can't.
I know. How do you think I feel? I've got my Boba Fett bag there that I packed up last week to rush to the hospital, emergency room with Mom because of the pneumonia. Packed everything in there, and that didn't get used all that much. That's it. That's the only time I've used that in the last year.
I know, and it's so saddening. Like I can feel your pain because it's such a cool bag.
It is a cool bag. I want to show it off. And I got my regular leather, briefcase, my messenger bag. I want all three to go out and hit downtown with our bags.
I miss going downtown I miss the spray painter guy.
Well, he might be back. I'm sure he will be.
Pray.
Well, I pray they'll all be back. I
Yeah.
pray the boards will come off, and we'll look forward to a beautiful summer of resurrection of American life. Creatives, if that's what happens, don't be foolhardy, but get out there and meet people, man. Oh, go to coffee shops. If you're a writer, go to your local coffee shop and look for anybody with a laptop, and then just ask them point blank, hey, what are you working on? What are you working on? Some of them are going to be students working on thesis reports, research papers, things like that.
It
That's
doesn't.
fine.
It
But someone says, oh, I'm working on a novel or a short story, or just doing some creative stuff, or I'm working on a script. You know what?
talk to them.
Yep. Pull up a chair, say, hi, I'm so and so. I'm a writer as well. Kind of, do you mind? Tell me a little bit what you got going and stuff. Show interest in other people. They'll show interest in you. You'll make your connections. And that is super important in this business. Got to have connections.
Like, even I know this. I'm not that interested in writing.
Well, you should know it because, Mom and I preach it like day and night.
It's true.
And you hear us talk about it,
Even
having
while
nothing
I'm
to do with the podcast.
I know, even while I'm in bed, I'll be able to hear you guys.
Well, we're busy. We got stuff to go. Got stuff going.
Yeah.
Oh, man. So, while you're out there looking for folks, you can also look for our website, which is www.lordsofmisruleproductions.com. And there you're going to find all of our episodes, some blog posts, all of our links to the platforms we are currently on. So I don't know what you're listening to us on. If it's your favorite, then great. If it's, you're listening from the website, obviously you see everything there. Go ahead and, find the platform.
Yeah.
If we're not on a platform that you enjoy and would like us to get on there, send us a note. We'll look into it. There's just so many, it's like we just do them as we get to them. Also, links to our social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Check us out. Check out who we are following. Check out who's following us. Most of them are creatives.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You don't know.
No.
You don't have any of those.
No.
Check those people out. Because they're in the same business that we're all in. Follow them, and maybe they'll follow you, and just see what's going on. Also, a lot of folks that we follow and follow us are just podcasters, right? They're not in the actual creative sphere of writing scripts and stuff, but they love film. They love what they do. Go ahead and give their podcasts a listen. Do what you can to help promote folks, because they are creatives as well. They're creating something, a form of entertainment, and podcasters, we're only as good as we are. I don't even know how that goes.
I'm not a podcaster. I guessed on this show. That doesn't make me a podcaster.
No. Help them out. Everyone who's podcasting is doing, what they love. They want to do it, and, support them as much as you can. Just give them a listen, give them a shout out, forward a tweet, retweet a tweet, do something, for their show. Also, if you are listening and you would like to become a supporter of the show, we have a link to our Patreon page. All the details are there. It's pretty simple. We have one tier for everybody. When we get some goals, we're going to load up on like merchandise and stuff. If we hit the right number per month, then we're just going to every month give out swag. And all of patrons will have input on what swag we should have. So instead of doing discounts and things like that, you just get free stuff.
Ooh.
Yeah,
free stuff.
Oh, who doesn't love free stuff?
Free stuff is amazing.
Yeah, stuff branded with the Bravo for the B-Side podcast or Lords of Misrule Productions stuff.
Will I be able to get the first T-shirt or whatever?
I get the first T-shirt. Actually, Mom gets the first T-shirt.
Yeah.
I get the second.
Then I get the third.
You get leftovers.
I get the hand-me-downs.
Check us out. Check it out there. Also, patrons get episodes a week early because we do record 2 weeks out. So on Patreon site, we let them go a week early, and just more stuff. So check it out. And in the meantime, folks, gear up. Stay safe. Keep wearing your masks. Keep washing your hands. Keep social distancing. Don't push it too far too fast, because we can make this summer, again, the resurrection summer. We can bring civilization back from the brink of this damn COVID.
Yeah.
We can get out and ride bikes. We can go picnics. We can gather in groups with our families, with our friends. We can go to fairs. I would love it if the Ren Fair opened this
Why
year.
did you have to bring the Ren Fair up?
Because it's a possibility. I mean, it's still several months out.
I miss it. I want to.
I know we didn't go last year because we couldn't. It was,
I know. I want to go back to Comic-Con too. I have so many costume ideas.
well, we'll see what happens at Comic-Con. I don't know. I don't know if they'll recover to the point, but we'll see. We'll see.
See.
Anyway, all right, B-siders. C, Space Captain, Captain of Space.
Yes.
And, enjoy what it is and try to emulate it and do your own thing. Until next week, this is Jim.
This is Lily.
And Lily won't be back.
Nope.
Next week, Dani will be back. Stay safe. Keep creating. Reach out to us. Email links are on our website as well. If you want to talk about stuff, share what you've done, maybe, speak on the show, let us know.
Yeah.
So we'll talk at you next week, and we're out.
Bye.